With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Duo Live show here at Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman, aka the Crypto Hitman.
I'm Todd Butterfield, Wyckoff on crypto, Wyckoff on stocks. What's up?
Let's make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And if you want 24/7 access to myself and Todd Butterfield, as well as the thriving private group, join us at patreon.com/learncrypto. Get our entries, exits, stop levels in real time for both Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and stocks. Of course, we all know that Learn Crypto is the one-stop shop for crypto and stock technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news. So we're going to take a look at the overall market conditions. We'll have Todd look at the technical analysis for Bitcoin and the large cap indices in the stock market. And then we'll go to the comment section to answer your questions and concerns. I do have two news pieces to cover today as well. They will be brief, but they do impact on the overall market and why I think Bitcoin is red here, even while stocks continue to go to new all-time highs. What's going on with you today, Todd?
Exactly. We got stocks trying to break out here. I don't think they're going anywhere, but we got Bitcoin 61,425 here, showing a little bit of weakness. So we're going to go over that and a few other ideas I got here.
Shout out to D-Pat, the Wise Tent, and Yannick already in here. D-Pat asking, whatever happened to Matt Beasley? Last I heard he was a truck driver. Yeah, that's the last we heard from him as well. A scammer's going to scam and has got to disappear. So feel bad for all those who fell into that trap. And hopefully you guys realize it was a trap and made your way back to Learn Crypto with myself and Todd Butterfield. That's all I got to say on that.
That's about it. Same thing. Truck driver is what I heard last. I haven't seen him in years.
All right, if you want to throw me the screen, let's take a look at CoinGecko, see what's going on in the market today. We do know it is red, but I don't think it's all that bad. Hopefully the bearish count that Todd goes over in a little bit here isn't the case, because I know that would be awfully bloody. So if you want to see what the bear count is, stay tuned here for another 5 minutes, and you'll see just that. We see here for the past 7 days, Bitcoin down 0.5%, Ethereum down 1.1%, still underperforming. BNB up 5.1%. This is the asset class that we like. Ethereum fees are getting high. CZ's out of jail. We made a ton of money last cycle off of BSC. Will BNB and the BSC network continue to thrive? Well, the Binance exchange continues to thrive, so I think that is your answer. Solana down 3%, still lagging under the other options there, as the Solana meme coin cycle has slowed down a bit. But the only Solana meme coin that we are in, Dubcat, continues to hold that uptrend line and continues to go to new higher highs over and over again. When will that trend stop? I don't think anytime soon, so check out Dubcat. The biggest winners for the past 7 days, well, PopCat. If you missed PopCat, get into Dubcat, up 20%. We got Aptos up 15.6 and Aerodome up 14.5. Meme coins continue to lead the way, but what are the biggest losers? A bunch of stuff that we don't own. So Athena down 20%, Wormhole down 16, and Beam down 15.2. If you own some of these biggest losers, maybe you need to reevaluate your portfolio, or maybe it was just some new tokens hitting the open market. We do see CAS is also down 9.9%, Todd. We sold that at higher levels for yet again another profitable trade. I'm sure you'll look at that chart and see if we can enter CAS once again, because it has been one of the strong assets recently, and you have traded it now, what, 1, 2, or 3 times profitably. So once you're on that winning horse, you continue to trade it. That's how you make big gains in this market. So if you want to take over the charts here, Todd, let's see what's going on there. We'll go over some news articles, and then we'll hit up the comment section.
All right, in front of us is the normal Bitcoin chart. I am showing the bearish count at the moment, the green ABC that ended. and maybe we did a 1-2 and we're headed lower here just because of the little weakness the last few days. The bull count still is, we did a 1-2, 1-2 as I've been showing, but maybe the second 1-2 here, maybe this is going to be AB. We come down around 58,000 for a ABC of a 2, and then we're ready to go higher. So again, looks a little sloppy here. I mentioned a few coins to be monitoring. They're getting a little sloppy, so we're still monitoring them. But the action right now acting a little bit bearish, with stocks acting pretty well here. So we'll watch that count. Let's go and look at Ethereum real quick, down $15. Again, a little sloppy. The first 1-2 got a little deep, and this next 1-2 is going to get a little deep if we stay with the bullish count. I mean, I mentioned I don't like this chart because that 2800 level turned from support to resistance, and it turned us down then again 2 weeks ago. So chart there doesn't look that well. Briefly, while we're here, we're going to go and look at drift is one that I mentioned. That one's getting a little bit sloppy here on the back up or last point of support. So again, that's something I'm watching. As Nick mentioned, CAS here been down here recently. I'm looking for a little bigger ABC, maybe down here at that 0.125 level. That would stop that decline, put in a big ABC before we head higher.
And also on that CAS chart, if that happened there, it looks like you're getting a bullish divergence off that RSI down there, the technometer as well. So
oh yeah, we're getting, it'll be a good setup, I would say. NPC is another one that I mentioned. Could be coming down here for a last point of support. Wouldn't hurt to come clear down to 0.025, so we're watching that one. TAO is another one that's showing some strength and backing up here again, so that's one that we're watching. And then the usuals, SOL, BNB, those still look pretty good. So we'll watch those. And then quickly while I'm here, let's look at Wojak. That's one that we mentioned before for Yannick. And talked about it, was showing some strength. Would like to see a pullback. Didn't get a pullback. Yesterday it extended the gains. Definitely getting a pullback today. So that's one still showing some good outperformance to the upside. And hopefully can hold in here and turn back higher. So let's go back to the chat box.
Yeah, the meme season just never seems to die. Just never seems to die. What I am surprised here, Todd, and we talked about it briefly, is, stocks are doing surprisingly well. MicroStrategy, almost to new all-time highs. Coinbase, good bounce off the lows. Riot, bounced off the lows. The polling is showing now that Donald Trump is in the lead 53% to 46%. All these things would tell you that you think Bitcoin would be making a move here, and it's just been floundering flat. So do you think there's anything that is causing that, or do you think it's just delayed? I do have a couple news articles. Maybe one of those topics is something that you think is holding Bitcoin back as well here. It's just, to me, it seems like, stocks are up, Trump polling is up, and Bitcoin's doing nothing.
I don't know, is it that rumor, the news, if it was, that Supreme Court was going to allow the government to sell some of the Bitcoin from Silk Road? That was like 65,000 Bitcoin. I don't know. Is that what's going on here? And the government's going to sell here this next month while they have a chance before the election. So maybe that's the weakness here the last few days. Maybe we'll clean that up and turn higher. So that's something that we got to look for.
Yeah, I do have that news article up. So if you're going to throw the screen to me. But yeah, the other thing with that is, that would be very silly. Look, whether you like it or not, the United States has been competing with the China, with CCP, and with Russia for decades now. And in the competition of Bitcoin, the United States government has about 203,000 Bitcoin. The Chinese government has 193,000 Bitcoin. That means if we sell 10,000 or China accumulates another 10,000, they will be ahead of us when it comes to Bitcoin. We know Trump doesn't want that to happen. But will the U.S. government sell? Like you said, they have about 30 days, 28 days till the election, in which they can still push this through and sell it if they need to. Maybe that's going to raise more funds to send it to Ukraine, Israel, the hurricane victims, who knows. But here's the article. So people were pushing on the Supreme Court and the SEC to take on a case to delay the selling of Bitcoin. but Supreme Court says no. Supreme Court clears a path for the U.S. to sell 4.4 billion in seized Silk Road Bitcoin. And you were correct, Todd. That is about 69,370,000 Bitcoin that could be sold. This will be the largest Bitcoin auction in history. So will this actually happen? We shall see. This decision effectively upholds a 2022 ruling by the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California, which ordered the government to liquidate Bitcoin under existing laws. This doesn't mean that they have access to sell all 203,000 Bitcoin, but it would push through the ability to sell 69,370 Bitcoin. Maybe this is why what the Bitcoin market is fearing right now, why we're seeing red, even though stocks are up, Trump polling is up, and historical price performance would tell you that Bitcoin should be running very, very soon. So I think that's really the only thing that I can see. Chat box, comment section, is there anything else that you think is holding Bitcoin down here when all the catalysts seem to be bullish and Bitcoin should be rising here, even from technical perspectives?
I mean, that would make sense that the government came in yesterday and started selling. I mean, here we are, 61,300. So again, we'll see, will they dump that here and knock us down, or will they sell it over the next 30 days? I don't know. But that's the only thing that explains a little bit of underperformance here, it seems, the last couple of days.
Yeah, and then the other thing that was really hyped up too, the last piece of news article I had, is that HBO documentary came out. We talked about it in the last live show. I said it would be a nothing burger. Really, it was just that. So maybe you couple this with people were holding up price, and then right when that HBO documentary came out, Bitcoin did correlate and dump there. I don't know why that would be a sell the news. They really had nothing. They named Peter Todd as Satoshi Nakamoto, as well as a plethora of other, C-suite developers. All of them are saying they're not Satoshi. The wife of Peter Todd, or the wife of another guy, said he's not Satoshi. Peter Todd said he's not Satoshi on Twitter. Really, I think that documentary is cool. Maybe no coiners can see it, and they'll get a little bit of insight on what and why of Bitcoin. But as far as who is Satoshi, there was no new findings. No Satoshi Nakamoto tokens have moved. So I don't think that is a sell the news or a FUD event. And really, everybody who's been in this space, I haven't even watched it yet. It really means nothing to me. But nonetheless, I think it is a slight positive because some no-coiners can now watch it on HBO and learn a little bit, like I said, the how and the why of Bitcoin, and learn a little bit about Bitcoin there. But no, I don't think they know who Satoshi is. No, I don't think Satoshi has been found. And really, I still think Satoshi Nakamoto was probably a group of individuals, and probably Hal Finney, who we know has also already passed away.
What's up to Craig Nickham? Nice to see you in here for the live show. We mentioned we're going to try to stay on these now like we used to in the old days, back 2017 and beyond. So we kind of felt like it's going to get important here. We're going to leave this sideways consolidation here. Dadman Crypto mentioned Peter Brandt. I did see that, talking about 130,000 upside potential on Bitcoin. I think he probably wants to see that 70,000 level taken out to really confirm that. And to negate it would be a break of the 48,000. So I don't think he's telling you to go all in here. I will agree. I mean, the high we just made 3 days ago up there at 64,000 and change. We get above that, I start getting more bullish. We get above that 66.5 level. I think that would tell you that 70,000 is ready to break. And then going to all-time highs. And then, we'll see 100,000, 130,000. We hopefully will ride that as we are here.
I've been in the record saying when Bitcoin was in the 20s, I said that Bitcoin will be 100,000 and Ethereum will be 10,000 by the end of 2024. Now it is October. People think that's crazy, but if you look at percentage-wise, we know Bitcoin, the best days in Bitcoin are few and far between, and they are explosive. So I think if Trump wins the election, I think my projection of Bitcoin going to 100,000 or higher by the end of the year is still in play. So we got to try to be positioned for that. Now there's going to be volatility around this election over the next couple, 20-something days, but Peter Brandt's target there is right in line with what we've been kind of projecting here since we were in the 20s. And we're definitely closer to 100,000 now than we were when we made that first prediction.
Exactly. Not much else in the chat box. I'm going to go over a few stock things here real quick, Nick. Not a lot to add. I mean, we got the Dow Jones here trying to break out to new all-time highs. We got the SPY did break out today to a new high. I personally don't think these are really breakouts. I think we will stroll all over here. I've been a little bit bearish here the last few months looking for more weakness. I still think that'll happen. I believe I mentioned last time we was live, I did sell the XLE. Yesterday we smashed the XLE, so far so good on taking that little profit. TLT, I'm still long there, hoping for a dig-in rally here, maybe back up to that 98, 99 level. So I'm going to stay with those longs. Not much else to add. I will say, I just mentioned this in the Discord. HYG is the high yield corporate bond ETF. I did want to make it known. I did sell that short. I think I sold that short on October 1st for a mutual fund strategy that I do for clients. I looked at that today because I'm thinking might want to add on. The dash lines are just alarms I have set. I think some high yield corporate bonds could turn lower here if the stocks turn lower. So that's a trade. Again, I nibbled on some shorts, and I think I'm going to add on to that. So being short the HYG I think is a trade. I'm sure there's some type of short high yield ETF. I've not found that because I use mutual funds for that short, but that's something I wanted to put out there. I think this could lead us lower. So.
Yeah, and also another trade that we want to mention for those of you who are patreon.com/southern members, we already sold this position a day or two ago, but we did cash in our Riot stock position. We had patience as Riot fell from $13 all the way down to $6.68 when we bought it off the bullish divergence on the RSI, and we did cash it in for 25% gains a day or two ago around, I think it was $8.26 or $8.28. So currently it's back down to $8. Could it go higher? Could it go into this 200, 300 moving average closer to $9 to $10? Sure. But taking a quick 25% gains on a stock position in the mining sector, which has been very heavy, while maintaining long positions for Coinbase is kind of the play that we're making here. And we also have exposure 33% long on Bitcoin, I think 50% long on Ethereum, and have other token exposure in the altcoin sector. So we have no problem taking trades and taking profits. That's the name of the game when you're trading. Just win more than you lose. Keep stacking those winners and finding opportunities in the sectors that we like.
Below my picture is the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. And if you can see that, I mean, we're setting down here near the lows. So it kind of looked like maybe we had a spring and a test. But if we don't hold here, could see some more downside on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, which would make sense. So we will watch that.
Dadman Crypto says, do you think we need to see a rinse of memes before we can get into a true bull? Past cycles, meme hype has always marked market was close to topping. It seems frothy right now, in my opinion. I don't really see it that way. We had that, about a year ago when we had that big meme cycle. You had Pepe and all those, and those have been washed out. And memes just continue to thrive. And why are they continue to thrive? Because in the doldrums, people are doing CTOs, they're getting the community, they're getting the vibes, and that's just what was working. Pre-sales are not hot right now. VC tokens are not hot right now. Utility tokens are not hot right now. People want fair launches into meme coins. They want the token to be renounced. They want the liquidity to be locked, and they want 100% of the circulating supply to be in the markets, and then they want to trade off the asset based on that. And that's what's working, and that's what I continue to think continues to work. And I think we're more in a meme super cycle. A lot of these memes do have utilities now. They've created a cult-like following, and they're worth billions and billions of dollars. We just saw the biggest winner past 7 days is PopCat. We saw a couple weeks ago that memes were leading the charge. We see Floki is worth billions of dollars and burning their tokens. So I don't think memes are going anywhere this cycle, and I don't think memes need to be rinsed here. Now, will they still be the market top? Maybe, because we'll know it's going to be overly frothy and just trash coins just leading the way. I don't think we're there yet. Retail isn't here yet. And also the market top has really been indicated by outperformance in Litecoin the past couple cycles. I don't know if you want to talk about that a little bit, Todd, but every time Litecoin finally started pulling ahead, that was the end of the bull cycle the past few times.
I mean, Litecoin, let's look at that chart here real quick. It was showing a little bit of strength there a couple of weeks ago digging out. We did have a little bit of a divergence. We had volume hitting new lows while price was holding. So that looked okay, and I, mark that as one to watch if we started to get bullish. But again, for now, I mean, just not excited to be a buyer of anything right here with the reasons previously mentioned.
And if you want to pull up the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, Genghis Khan said, ETH beginning to underperform. I'm getting concerned. ETH has been underperforming Bitcoin this entire move, I believe. that's just me blindly saying that. But if you pull up the ETH BTC chart, it has been underperforming like a dog for a very long time. We're sitting here at the lows. So I think that trend would need to switch it up here very soon. That will lead to an altcoin season. And maybe that comes on the back of more Ethereum inflows into the ETF. Maybe that comes on the back of a Bitcoin dominance going to 60-61% and hitting resistance, like we said. But if you zoom out there, Todd, Ethereum's been underperforming Bitcoin for months now. This isn't a new thing.
Oh yeah, that chart. Been in a solid downtrend. So not much to add there. Again, I just mentioned when it was underneath my screen is we're near the lows, and if we break through those, probably going to see some more underperformance for a few weeks.
Yannick says ETH sucks. They keep diluting. Now remember, when Ethereum is getting utility and those ETH fees are higher, they are actually burning more Ethereum than they are putting into the ecosystem. So there was a short period during the underperformance that Ethereum was inflationary, and that's because the ETH fees were very low and the number of transactions on the network were very low. But I don't know what the live stats are. I do know that Ethereum fees ticked up over the past couple of days. It was like $20 and $30 for trades, which usually means more transactions, more burning of tokens, and deflationary aspect for Ethereum. So I do agree with you. ETH is not my favorite, but there will be a time and a place with this ETH spot ETF and the chart that we just looked at that ETH will start outperforming. We want to see that, maybe take a trade on that, and then start looking to other altcoins. I think the layer 2s and layer 1s are going to be big winners this bull market. We just got to find the one. You know, last cycle we found the one. That was BSC Network and BNB and Pancake Swap and everything that went on over there. We got to try to do that again this cycle. Will that continue to be Solana? Will it be a lower priced one like SUI? Maybe Horizon Zen, maybe Fair Mainnet for microcaps. I don't know what the one's going to be yet, but we're kind of dabbling on all of them, trying to make trades, trying to ride some small caps and mid caps here, even while the market remains sideways to lower. And Deadman Crypto says, biggest reason memes is thriving is because VC trash is being rejected. A little guy can't win when tokens launch at a high FTV and get dumped endlessly down only. Yep, that's kind of the same thing I just said when I summarized it. So I think we're in the same agreement there. Yannick says, Todd, can you pull up Banana Gun?
Banana Gun?
Banana Gun.
I see Banana Tether at Binance.
Maybe that's it. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and join us at patreon.com/learncrypto to get into the private group. $1 a day will keep that banker away. Or check out learncrypto.io to see everything that we offer from free to paid services.
You can tell me, Yannick, if this is it. This is Banana Tether Binance. Sideways here. We are hitting new lows on volume while price is holding. So this is one that I would like on a little bit of pullback here. I mean, be nice to get something maybe down here at 40, break that 42.90 level would be cool. I might just put an alarm on that one myself. Because again, I think that's probably accumulation here and will ultimately work higher. I'm going to put an alarm on the top of that too. So that's something to watch. Appreciate that, Yannick. Keep me posted if you see anything going on there yourself as well. AKT, let's look at that one.
Bitcoin having a minor breakdown here, down to 61,321. Many altcoins following. Bitcoin is right on the 200 and 300 moving average on the 4-hour. And this is a place that you really want to hold if you want to put in another higher low.
Here's AKT Tether. Not much to add here. I mean, been in, obviously sustained downtrend. Don't really see any divergences between price or volume. So I'd look at probably go down and take out that 212 level and maybe just respect the bottom of the trading range there and then maybe try to work higher. You say Bitcoin's trying to break down again? 61,220, so.
Yep.
Nothing exciting on the Bitcoin at the moment. You're welcome, Dingus. Glad you're in here. I know you were supporting us before when we were live some, so I'd say now we're here to stay. We got a lot of the quirks worked out of the system. Appears to be everything's fine with YouTube and Twitter and our mics and everything, so we're back in business.
You are correct.
Let me
So
run
like
a
we
quick
said-
disclaimer, real
Go
quick. We are registered investment advisors, so we got to be careful here. So let's run this. All right, we're giving too many ideas on stocks and crypto, so we do manage assets. If you're interested in that, on the stock side at Charles Schwab, and on the crypto side with trading APIs. And we got the Discord that everybody knows about, $40 a month. Need to be in there to catch this next run, I would say.
Yeah, it looks like Moodang down another 17% today. Moodang was at one everybody was wanting. It went from 3 cents to 30 and then back down all the way to 10. When it was around 20 cents, I said I wouldn't even look at it till 10 cents. What do you know? Went down to 10 and bounced hard yesterday. Bounced from 10 cents to 17 cents and now back down to 13. We didn't take an official trade on it, but I did give my follow-up commentary. And for those in the Discord that did take it when it was around 15.5 to 16 cents, up 55% off that 10-cent bounce, I told them I'd be selling that bounce, looking for lower prices, and now here we are at 13.5, and it is looking ugly on all the tokens I follow on TradingView. It is down the most, down 16.5% today.
Appreciate that, Yannick. Best $40 spent. Let me run over here real quick and look at Doji for Rob Z. What's up, Rob? Again, this is showing the blue line, showing a lot of sell volume coming into that low there at 0.089, which was a test of a spring or selling climax here. So this action looked really good in this area, and then we did break out, try to get through that resistance, and has pulled back. But I think Doji will look good here the next time we're friendly to the markets in general. So that's one that I would watch, and I think any strength back above that 0.13 level, definitely bullish, and probably short term, get it back above that 0.115 level is even bullish. So I think a little bit of accumulation there, and maybe can get things going once we give an all clear.
And then the last piece of news that I saw pop up as well, it's more of a rumor. It said, big breaking sources telling us Argentina may follow El Salvador and adopt a strategic Bitcoin treasury. Now, why is that important? Well, we've seen El Salvador make a huge jump in their economy and their safety and everything else, but they are buying 1 Bitcoin per day. They're up to 5,000 and something Bitcoin. If Argentina then follows suit and does some kind of buy, 0.25, 0.5, 1 Bitcoin a day, just like El Salvador, that continues to pull Bitcoin off the open market, puts it into strong hands. And we do know the inflation rate is ever decreasing on Bitcoin, and the availability is ever shrinking on Bitcoin as well. More of these nation states that get on board with the Bitcoin strategic reserve, the harder Bitcoin is going to be to come by. And common supply and demand would tell you that price is going to go up and go up rapidly. So let's see if Argentina does that. We also know that Trump, he said if he wins, he's going to start a Bitcoin reserve for America as well, which we will be buying Bitcoin on a daily basis to add to the 203,000 that we currently own. So hopefully the United States government doesn't start selling the 69,000 Bitcoin they just got approved to. Trump can win. They can add to that. Argentina can start buying daily. El Salvador continues to buy daily. MicroStrategy continues to buy by the billions. And the Bitcoin price can only be held down for so long before we see that explosive outcome to new all-time highs into the 6 digits above 100,000 that we have all been waiting for.
Looks like about it for the chat box. I don't think there's anything going over on Twitter, but that's all I really wanted to talk about here. Again, to recap, stocks I don't think are really breaking out. They're up here near the highs. I think we still will see some type of pullback, and the crypto is just being a little sloppy here. So we're looking for a little more downside. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a lot more downside.
So tune in tomorrow, guys. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Join us at patreon.com/learncrypto if you want crypto and stock technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news on the daily.
All right, guys, we're out of here.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.